Basketball is back, and you can be part of the action every night playing one-day fantasy basketball at DraftKings. Choose from public contests with big cash prizes or private contests with friends. They've even got beginner and casual contests, too. Use code JALEN at DraftKings.com now and play free with your first deposit for your share of $10,000 in total prizes tonight. That's JALEN to play for free with your first deposit, only at DraftKings. The game inside the game. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
And now, Jalen and Jacoby on ESPN Radio.
When I pop the trunk, head the deck. Y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood. Now act stupid, I'll pop the trunk. Now give me your boom,
He is Jalen Rose.
Huh? What? Who? What? Me?
Oh, Jalen's not here?
Calm down, bro.
That dude is here today, Marcellus Wiley. Thank you so much for joining us.
Shorter,
Jalen Jacoby.
It's your boy.
Came by. Marcellus of Sports Nation.
Keep going.
Marcellus of Kelvin in the afternoon.
Before all that.
Marcellus of the National Football League. Marcellus of Columbia University. Marcellus of Compton.
Let's do this.
Los Angeles.
All right.
Welcome to the show. This is what we do every single day. We do the television show and the radio show. When we don't have a radio show, we make sure that we give our podcast listeners exclusive content because we don't want to just give them repurposed television content.
Right.
Because that would just be mailing it in.
Give them
so
some
what we do,
throw up,
so we have a simple motto on this program. Part of giving people what they want is opening up our voicemail box and our 1-800-Flowers Twitter feed. First of all, the voicemail box. Today is Women Crush Wednesday, where we celebrate all the women in our lives and around the world.
Hey, ladies!
That's exactly what Jalen says every single Wednesday.
I love it.
Yep.
And we take our first female voicemail. If you call 985-80-JALEN, you can leave us a voicemail just like this.
Hey, Jalen and Jacoby. This is Audra from Miami. I've been listening since Grantland and put my husband onto the pod. I'm calling because I'm a little disappointed. You talk about the women are the smarter of the species and that the WNBA needs more money, and you have Women Crush Wednesday. You haven't talked about the WNBA finals that started on Sunday. This is a rematch from last year's finals, the Lynx versus the Sparks. I believe this is the first time in history. 4 of the 5 last MVPs are playing in the finals this year, and the Lynx have been in the last 3 finals. Each game has been determined by 1 or 2 points. So what's else? How come you guys haven't talked about it? So now that the series is headed back to LA, are you guys going to go to a game? I know last year you guys talked about showing up, but what's going on? Also, Jalen, you have to go skydiving. It's the most amazing thing. So, shout out.
Lot to unpack there.
A lot.
First of all, I watched a lot of the game yesterday. Sparks and Lynx in Minnesota.
Okay.
Went down to the wire. I believe there was a big steal at the end. Foles had 17 rebounds.
Right.
Don't test me on my knowledge.
Okay.
Now it's headed to Los Angeles. I would go. First of all, I need a free ticket.
Free? Why?
Harder
You got
to
that,
get.
though.
Harder to get that is the free time. And I did go to one game 2 years ago, and it was fantastic. I sat courtside.
Okay.
It was great on the baseline.
Yeah. She used up all her data minutes on that voicemail once.
She did.
Damn.
She did. I don't think she got rollover.
Calm down.
She got rollover.
I've been to 2 games before. I'm not interested in going anymore. I know that's not the PC thing to say, but
be real.
I can't do it.
Why not?
I don't like plays that finish with the underhand layup.
Come on.
I'm going to be respectful.
Marcellus, you are not being respectful.
I am. Here we go. And I've talked to Lisa
Marcellus.
Leslie about this before. The ball is smaller. Bring the rim down. Let's see them bang on each other, and I'm all in.
How many? All right. Do you like it when the Clippers play the Warriors? Would you like to see that game?
All the time.
Okay.
Especially
how
in the
many
West Conference
dunks do you
Finals.
think you see in a game?
Is
many dunks do you
Blake
think you
playing?
see?
Is Blake healthy?
Yeah, Blake has been healthy for a decade.
Let's say 6.
Okay,
plus or minus.
So 6 dunks is what you need to see. 6 dunks. 6 dunks. That's the difference between the WNBA game and the NBA game. You're going only for those 6 dunks.
Okay, look, if you read somebody's tweet, too many exclamation points, okay, that's too much. Something's wrong with you. But you need a few in there to give me some emphasis. I don't wish...
How are you going to do this to Women Crush Wednesday?
I'm just
now you
telling
got in trouble with all the women. You got in trouble with Jalen.
I love it. Look,
I like that you're being honest.
I keep it 100. The game right there, when I watch it, I've been to a couple games with my daughter, and we're sitting there and we're like, okay, this is interesting. And it doesn't seem like they have 2 championships every year. Like, it just seems like the Sparks just won like 4 months ago. And be real about it.
It happens every year. So here's the thing: is while we're being honest and real, it's like I do sit here and I respect the WNBA.
Oh yeah,
action speaks louder than words. So like, how many games have I watched this year, start to finish? 0.
0?
Zero.
How'd you just
Start
read
to
off all
finish.
those stats just now?
Look, I don't have any stats in front of me. I watched the game.
It went down to the finish. It was amazing.
I watched the game, and I read about it this morning.
Oh,
I watched the second and third quarter yesterday.
So you're giving the cosmetics like you're invested, but in the reality...
the reality of the reality
is
I follow the league, but I do not watch the actual games.
Yeah, I'm not on baseball. I'm not on golf for the most part, unless it's the majors. I watch tennis, even if it's not a major, not a big one. I love this little John. But the WNBA, they had me, and I went to 2 games, and I said, all right, that's enough.
I always enjoyed the WNBA live game experience. I mean, I've gone to probably 4 or 5 games here. I've always enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's always fun.
It's a lot of cosmetics, though. Admit it. Like it's a carnival.
Always fun.
Like there's almost like they're trying to distract you from the game because you're like, all right, I'm here. Why is this a carnival? Why are there animals? Why is there
do you
like
think you
parades?
could play in a WNBA game?
Could I? No, they'll smoke me. They'll smoke me. Oh no,
we all know that guy. We all know that guy.
Yeah.
That guy at the bar. That guy at the pickup game who said they can't even dunk. Like I would put up 30 in that. I want that to happen one day.
Oh no,
we should have some sort of battle of the sexes thing where we're just like to put a regular loudmouth dude in a WNBA game, just so they could just pick him apart.
Dude, I see the girls that play at the gym sometimes. The YMCA, you just go to 24-hour fitness to see a run. You're like, I can't get on the court with them. So I'm respecting the game. I'm saying the product in terms of entertainment. There are certain sports that we just follow and some we don't, and that's not one for me.
I always like it when there's a female on my pickup team because they always get open jumpers.
And
they always knock them down.
No one's guarding
like for whatever, someone doesn't guard them for some reason. Leave her alone from 15 feet. And I'm just like, oh, here you go. Yeah. Knock it down. Great shooters.
Wet.
I love female basketball players.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the call on Women Crush Wednesday.
Shout out.
Sorry, Marcellus crushed all of your dreams.
I thought it was Crush Wednesday.
It's Crush Wednesday, like crush on, like in a good way.
Yes,
see, don't crush the entire sport. Crush our relationship with the sport. You're gonna get an email from Bob Iger.
No, rookie mistake.
Yeah, you get an email from Bob Iger. You know what network the finals are on, right?
Adam Silver really subsidizing
what network the finals are on, right?
Are they on ESPN?
Next, we have a producer here named Big Crown. He's a mail carrier. I believe he's in Chicago. If you're not in Chicago, I apologize.
My family's mail carrier. Mom and dad.
Yeah, he's a mail carrier. He listens every single day. So we call him a co-producer because he always sends in Twitter questions. They're always good.
I love it.
His question for you is, how accurate is the HBO show Ballers? Do you watch Ballers?
Oh, yeah.
I love Ballers.
Yeah.
I love Ballers. I'm not going to say it's the best show on the network. I'm not going to say it's Power. I'm not going to say it's Game of Thrones. It's not going to change your life. But if you want to watch a nice, just fun half hour of television, I'm there for it.
Yeah, I guess he's asking me because I was just on episode 9. Respect. I got 2 scenes with Mark Schlereth and everybody.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You got to catch up on your DVR.
Episodes.
Get your DVR game.
It's hard because my wife doesn't watch it. So it's one of those shows.
She's off of Ballers? Why? She doesn't like it?
I don't know. And she knows JD too.
You know, it's realistic as much as like when going to college in Columbia, New York, everyone was like, yo, is Boys in the Hood real? I'm like, yeah, every single thing in that movie happened, but not all in one day, damn it. And not in all in one summer. But it all happens. And same thing with Ballers. Yeah, they go to the extreme. They sensationalize it. But every element of that show is real. Guys are going through some of the stuff you see off the field. Mentally, some of the guys are just out in the streets all the time, just hanging out, partying, and distracted.
Ricky Jarrett got post-concussion syndrome, which I had just this year. Same thing. Remember I talked about it on Sports Nation a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't eat a bunch of avocados or punch a white dude in the face and go inside of the kitchen.
Right.
But,
driving around your Ferrari.
Yeah, it was more like I just kind of had a headache for a couple months, but like that was it. Yeah, man.
Damn, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
How you know you're good?
I'm good. I use it as an excuse now. Now when I get something named wrong or get a fact wrong, I'm just like, post-concussion syndrome. That's what happened.
Man, what'd you feel? How'd it happen?
Oh, it's embarrassing. I lie about it sometimes, but the truth of the matter is I'm always going to speak truth in the microphone. Yes. This dude was throwing a full-court pass, and in freak play, I got hit in the head with it like point blank.
Ooh.
So I get hit with the ball, not an elbow. I didn't dunk and then hit my head on the floor.
Right.
It wasn't cool. It was like I got hit in the head with a really hard full-court pass from point blank.
You know what's crazy about that? You got off lucky. Let me tell you, 8th grade, I got beat up by a guy, Brian Bimbo. I threw a full court pass.
Staff, please Google Brian Bimbo right now. Google Brian Bimbo, Los Angeles.
He's the same height he was in 8th grade, 5'2". and I threw the pass, hit him, and then he started chasing me. I'm the fastest dude in the school. You're not catching me. We jog around for like 20 minutes, and I'm laughing. I'm like, you're never going to catch me. Finally, I stopped. Brian was my friend, and I had made a mistake. So I go out to give him dap. My bad. I'm sorry. Yeah. Right in front of my girlfriend, Davita Adams. Smoked me.
Google Davita Adams.
Yeah, she fine. Broke my nose. I was sitting there in blood in 8th grade. You can't return to school for 2 weeks. I was broke down.
Really?
2 weeks. He broke my nose. One punch. One hit a quitter. I was out. Blood everywhere.
I've broken my nose like 7 times. We'll tell those stories another time.
There it is.
Next question we have. This is from Cody.
Shout out.
Cody says, is it a failed drug test that D. Jacoby thinks that Jacoby Brissett will replace Andrew Luck as the face of the Colts franchise? First of all, he's misquoting me. I didn't say Jacoby Brissett was going to be the face of the Colts franchise.
I hope not.
It's going to be the face of the league.
What?
It's going to be the face of the league.
Really?
Tom Brady
Trey
who?
Bain is?
Jacoby Brissett learned from Tom Brady, and he's going to take over as the face of the league. This is a totally unbiased opinion, too, just based on his skills alone.
I thought you always spit the truth in the microphone.
Nothing to do with his first name happened to be the same as my last name.
Oh, there we go.
Nothing to do with that whatsoever.
All right, now you're making some sense.
You have to admit, you've been pretty impressed, though.
No, he's good. Look, he's a spark plug for that offense. They looked anemic game one against the Rams. They looked like they shouldn't have been in the NFL. He's come in, been mobile in the pocket, learned the playbook. The most compliments I can give him is his mental compliments of learning the playbook, making adjustments, the audibles, everything that I've seen him do on the line of scrimmage. In terms of play, that team is horrible. They're just not well equipped, and I feel bad for Andrew Luck now because I think I threw him some unnecessary shade and saying, why don't you do better? Now I see what's around him.
Kind of see why. I mean,
not much, man.
They got Frank Gore. Frank Gore's the starting running back.
Frank
Gore's the starting running back.
How old is Frank Gore?
Frank Gore was on my fantasy team in like 2000, but I had to write down stats on a piece of paper. Frank Gore predates the internet. Frank Gore doesn't have an email address. Frank Gore's, he's got a MySpace page.
You're going to run for Senate.
Yeah. You said today at Sports Nation dinosaurs aren't real. Frank Gore's like, yes, I have. I saw them. I had a Tyrannosaurus Rex in my backyard once.
Right. Still productive for his age, but let's be real. Let's be real. Stop that.
Sure. Who's a better basketball player, Marcellus, Mr. Jacoby, or Lil B? I've never seen Lil B play basketball.
I'm certainly going to be better than Lil B. I don't know. That little Quicks, but he's small.
He could be good.
He wears tight suits.
Did he try out for the Warriors or something like 5 years ago?
I was going to try out for the Clippers on Saturday.
He might be pretty good. They got an open tryout?
Yeah, you going to go?
How much is it?
You want a free NBA ticket?
Yeah, didn't Jonathan Simmons, he could put up like $250. I'm not putting up $250 to like play pickup.
To know that you're going to lose, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to get on the Clippers.
Yeah, I ain't about that life. Look, I can't play basketball. I'm always the first pick when I show up to a court. And in the second game, they're like, can we please trade you? Can we get you off our team? So
how about you stay on defense? Just stay on the defensive end. That's all you need to do, like a goalie. Yeah, that's what they should say.
I have no position in basketball. Think about it. I'm 6'4", so I'm really a 1. And then I'm 280, so I should be a 4 or a center. What the hell am I going to do? So I'm too slow and I'm too short.
Stretch mark 4. Stretch mark 4. That's your spot. That's your spot right there.
Corliss Williamson.
Stretch mark 4. Stretch mark 4.
There's nothing for me out there.
I would say when I play basketball with you, I've said, wow, he's extremely athletic. He must be a very good football player. You look like a really good football player playing basketball.
It's a whole different beast.
It's like when I play volleyball or something. It's like I know how to use my body and do stuff, but I just have no skills specific to this particular sport.
See, you late to that party. I was 8 years old. The second sport I tried was basketball. Went out for the team. I ended up playing with 2 guys who were really good in high school. The whole season went by. I scored 5 points in all the games.
Season?
The entire season. 4 in one game. So then I balled that game.
Oh, okay.
2 free throws, too. A shot, 2 free throws. Dog. I am horrible in basketball. I just don't get it. Like, I can't dribble. I'm not powerful. I'm not quick to them, but I'm quick on the football.
You're talking yourself down too much. You're just lowering the expectations. You're not bad.
I'm not good, though.
You're not good, but you're not bad. Like, you can put the ball in the basket. You don't look like you don't belong
I defy
there.
the stereotypes.
You don't look like, a little bit. A little bit.
Bald head, 6'4", 280.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's horrible.
Yeah, wearing all the athleisure that you do.
Right. It's not good. It's not pretty.
Next, we have Matthias. He's another co-producer of the show.
Right. Shout out.
Is it the right time to make a conclusion that Kareem Hunt is the Rookie of the Year? He's got 401 rushing yards. It is week 3, though.
Yeah, I'm sure. Who cares? He's second in scrimmage yards all time after 3 weeks. The dude is amazing. 3 games where he's had 50-plus yards for a touchdown. Like, I don't know where it's coming from. I can see his skill set. I can say, yeah, he's powerful. He's quick. He can see great vision. But these numbers he's putting up is insane. He won't keep up this pace, but, yeah, he's Rookie of the Year.
Is it one of those things like you see with Aaron Judge or like you see with Cam Newton's rookie year, where it's like maybe the league just hasn't seen enough of him and they weren't prepared for him. But now when you've got this guy coming in who's got all these touchdowns and these 100-yard games, maybe defensive coordinators might pay a little bit more attention about stopping Kareem Hunt.
Well, that's only an issue when you can't adjust. So they always are going to try to figure out the calculus to stop you. But then it's on you to figure out the calculus to adjust to that same stoppage. So I think they have enough weapons around. And Alex Smith, when he wants to push the ball down the field like he did in week 1, we saw what he did against New England. The boy can actually throw the ball. So everyone calls him a game manager. I like him. He protects the football, and he can throw it down the field, mobile as well. They got enough weapons. They do the option pass with Travis Kelce now. They got too much.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, they got a lot.
Alex Smith said that he basically said, I don't think I'm going to be on the Chiefs next year.
That's real talk.
Why would he do that?
Well, look who's behind him.
I don't want to hear that.
Well, it's the truth, and that's what's motivating him right now. Patrick Mahomes is behind him, and that boy can throw it from end zone to end zone. He knows that. You don't draft a quarterback at that position high in the first round and say, oh, he's going to sit down. So sooner than later, he's going to get his position, and Alex Smith knows the writing's on the wall. Unless I win a Super Bowl, even if I win a Super Bowl, people think of me as a game manager and as a good but not great quarterback. There's a great talent behind him. They're going to give him the ball sooner or later.
Great question. Another one from Matthias. What is your signature dish?
Food-wise,
you have to cook one thing.
Man, I'm like pescatarian light right now, so my whole diet's in flux.
Sounds like you're dancing. You do not cook? Is that what you're saying? Sounds like you don't cook. That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm saying. Say I don't cook.
I don't
Say I don't cook.
I got a homeboy from elementary school who's my chef.
Okay.
He cooks for us all the time. His jambalaya is insane, but now it's jambalaya with shrimp.
No sausage.
And no sausage, and that kills me because that's so good. The chicken and sausage. But I stopped it. Like everybody else, I watched What the Hell. And I was like, what the hell? I can't eat that anymore. So I would say that. And I've been eating a lot of potato chips and BRC burritos from El Pollo Loco.
Wait a second.
Uh-oh.
You went on this whole thing about how you're pescatarian light. You got your homeboy as a chef. You're getting your life together. You're doing yoga. You've got you saw this movie that's changed the way you look at food.
Yeah.
And I really thought that you were going like true Los Angeles green juice and quinoa on me. Yeah. And then you're like, well, I also eat a burrito from Pollo Loco every single day. What? How do you think they get the chicken at Pollo Loco?
I mean,
you want to see that documentary too?
I ain't say BRC with the chicken. It's the beans, it's the rice, and it's the cabbage. I threw you off with that, huh? You like that?
I thought C stood for chicken.
It stands for the cabbage for me. So I get the beans, rice, and the cabbage. I'll admit, I've taken a step back in terms of my taste buds. They upset at me right now. Okay. But it's a healthier way. And I can't get fat. Like, I'm losing weight even when I eat bad now because I'm doing this vegan light.
The one thing I've learned is from professional athletes, your bodies work different than the rest of us.
Yes, they do.
You know, you guys just kind of think about losing weight, and all of a sudden it happens. You know what I mean? Like Jalen's like, oh, he doesn't go to the gym. You've seen him. He used to be fat Jalen.
He used to be fat. What happened? How that happened?
He just like, honestly, I don't know. I just think he decided it was like the power of his mind.
Man.
Because I go out to eat with him all the time, and he's getting French fries and chips and all this other stuff.
Right.
He's not living right. He's acting like he's living right.
That metabolism's different, man, and our mindset. I will say that from the real world experience, being in broadcast and media and just being around 9-to-5ers. Mentalities are different, man. Like, when we set our mind to something, no matter how great you were as a pro, when you set your mind, you know how to get something done. And that's how we all made it to that level. So I get it. Like, it's between the ears in a lot of situations.
One thing I love about working with athletes as a producer is very coachable. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are used to feedback.
Yeah.
You're used to, like, this is what we're going to do today.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's very much like, you can take feedback and make adjustments in your performance.
Yeah, we respect structure. We love discipline. We're not the divas typically in the room. In my experience, it's been more of the people who are not used to being told that you're not as good right now or you're not doing something well, and then all of a sudden they just take it to heart. Us, we just like, it's a performance. Okay, that was a bad performance. I will come back next time and show up and show out.
We have another female voicemail. Ladies, don't forget.
Ladies.
985-80-JALEN. You can leave us voicemails. Fellas, we'll be taking your calls tomorrow, so make sure you call us. Leave us voicemails. 985-80-JALEN. Let's listen to the next voicemail.
What up, though? My name's Sean Tamayo from Atlanta, Georgia. I've been a faithful listener to the pod for nearly 6 years. I am a person, so I do want to answer to this question. Soft move or boss move? When my dad is trying to get over in the driving lane when he's trying to get in the lane to get somewhere, he purposely rolls down his window, looks at the driver next to him, and points that he's going in that direction. Soft move or boss move? Telling someone you're going in a lane and then being able to do it. Thank
Marcellus.
you, and keep getting them checks.
One thing, we always say keep getting them checks to athletes that are kind of just like in the twilight of their career. That may or may not deserve to be in the league.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like when people say it to us, be like, we're getting paid a lot or something. You know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, yeah, we're well taken care of. I'm not like Zaza Pachulia over here.
Right.
You know, I'm not getting that kind of money. But the question is, her dad wants to get over in the next lane. See, I'm from New York, so all this driving stuff is new to me since I've moved to Los Angeles.
That's real.
So you roll down the window to make eye contact and point that you're going there. Soft move or boss move?
That's a soft move. One, you're out of element. Like, you're trying to translate, like, bike etiquette to like a car. And two, it's some gangsters out there on the other lane saying,
don't let me know. Don't let me know.
Don't give me that eye contact too. This is LA. People run up on you the wrong way, man. So I'm not looking at anybody on the road. I'm protected in my vehicle.
What at the stoplight? You don't look right or left? You do.
No. At the stoplight?
At the stoplight, when there's a car that pulls up next to you?
No, I'm
You don't
good.
give one little glance?
Nah, I used to do that.
I glance 100% of the time.
You do?
Just to see who's there.
There's a few reasons. One, someone's going to recognize you.
There's no interpersonal contact in Los Angeles.
And that's good.
I
That's
go
a
to
good
my
thing.
bubble office, back to my bubble home.
Yeah, that's good.
And then
all
back
good.
to my bubble office.
That's why
I
you
see
pay
no people.
for all those existences.
But I'm a New York City person, man. I like to sit on the subway and make a lot of eye contact. I like to walk the streets and be amongst the people, feel like I'm in a community.
Not
you
enough,
don't get that here.
Not enough insects and pests around you, what you call people in New York. You guys, I mean, look, I lived in New York for 5 years, bro. Let me tell you this. In the city, I need breathing room. I need elbow space. I don't need 30 dudes in front of the bodega looking at me while I walk up. And in LA, if I see 30 dudes in front of the liquor store, we got issues.
Why did it take you 5 years to graduate college?
Why
did it take you 5 years to graduate college?
Columbia University.
Yeah, I'm a student athlete. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, right.
You know I could have gone to a big school, right? I could transfer right out of here.
It's called red shirt.
Straight A's. Okay?
Yeah. Real talk.
Straight A's.
Let me tell you, man, New York is too much, man. Y'all on top of each other, trash everywhere. Stop playing.
I love the trash.
Who says that?
I miss the trash.
There's no New Yorkers living in New York.
Trash.
Puffy out here, JG out here, you out here. Stop it.
In New York, it could not rain for a month, and there'll still be these puddles on the street. You're just like, where did that liquid come from, and why is it green, and why can I see my reflection in it?
It's like New Orleans. It's New Orleans out there, Bourbon Street.
Oh, we know what those puddles are.
Fantasy sports just got a lot easier to play and win with the hottest new games by Dober.Games. No more long lineups or complicated salary caps. Create at least 3 matchups and you're good to go. Make any combination of matchups you want. Play all quarterbacks this week, receivers next week. Even make picks across multiple sports. Just pick 3 matchups to win cash prizes. Dober.Games is one of the fastest, easiest ways to play daily fantasy sports. That's DOBER.Games. Dober.Games. Use promo code HOOPS to enter a free contest with cash prizes just for joining. You can win cash fast, easy at Dober.Games. Sign up right now at Dober.Games. Use promo code HOOPS to enter a free contest with cash prizes just for joining. Void where prohibited. See site for restrictions. Must be of legal age in your state or area. Fantasy sports just got a whole lot easier to play. Play big, win bigger at Dober.Games.
Next question, Marcellus, is from Earl.
All right.
Honest question, so he's serious.
Oh, really?
How disappointed is Marcellus in the Clippers' offseason moves, if at all?
Oh, I'm not disappointed at all. Look, you lose a Chris Paul, you're sitting there saying, what are we getting in return? And they got 8 players in return. I respect this roster because now it's going to be more ball movement. Blake becomes the focal point. Let's not forget that Blake, when healthy, is a top 5 MVP player. And that's who he's going to go back to that form. I love you, Lil John, right now. Laughing at me. Hey, look, DeAndre Jordan has turned into some kind of machine at the center position that we haven't seen in a while in terms of durability and movement. The dude is insane. All that said, this is the same team. It just looks different. But they're going to be the same team, probably a second-round exit.
Not the same
First, second-round exit, 45-50 wins. Last year, 54.
So same results,
different team.
Do you think – my concern is this. I like Danilo Gallinari.
Mm-hmm.
I like Blake.
Mm-hmm.
I like DeAndre.
All right.
And then you look in the backcourt, and you go from J.J. Redick and Chris Paul to Austin Rivers and Patrick Beverly.
Austin Rivers is going to have a breakout year. Let that go.
What, acne?
Huh?
Acne? Breakout year? What? He needs dermatologist or something?
Austin Rivers has gotten better every single year.
I do kind of like Austin Rivers' game. Here's what I like about Austin Rivers is when he has the ball in his hand, he feels like he is LeBron James.
Oh, yeah, he is LeBron. He's better than LeBron.
Because like, I'm a sensitive basketball player. I miss my first 2 shots, like I start passing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he feels like he is LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Hakeem all wrapped up into one when he has the basketball.
Quickest first step in the NBA. Don't lie.
And he'll miss all the layups.
He'll miss the layups.
Yeah, he'll miss all the layups. He'll get there.
He's getting his touch. A great defender. Got great size at the position. Austin Rivers is coming. His confidence is there. This dude was the #1 player in the country at one time. Guess what? He's playing against those guys now. He's starting to feel himself.
He was 15 at that time, though. He was 15.
It counts.
That's when he was having to break out.
I won the Nationals at 12. It counts.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. You don't have a hair in your armpits. It doesn't count. Doesn't count.
I like him. I like my squad.
And you got, Williams there.
Lou Williams, that's buckets. Lou buckets all day.
He'll take that Jamal Crawford thing. One guy I like on the Clippers that no one knows about had a redshirt year last year, Bryce Johnson from North Carolina.
Respect. Yep.
Like when he was in North Carolina, I remember looking at his game, be like, he could fit in the league pretty well.
Yeah.
If he could get a jump shot, he could be kind of like a 3.5-4 wing player type of guy.
And people need to stop doubting Jerry. Well, I'm about to say Jerry West. I'm about to say Jerry Jones. Golly, too much protest.
People are doubting Jerry Jones.
They are right now. Jerry West right now. Think about it. He knows what he's doing. He's a mastermind. As soon as he got into town, first thing that happened, Chris Paul wanted to leave. I don't know if Jerry West walked in that room and said, I need you to stay. That was gangster right there. And that's how it works. He was in Golden State. He knows what a championship team looks like. He took a sniff of the Clippers and said, don't see it here.
And if you're Steve Ballmer, you're like, all right, I need to change something. But I'm not going to fire Doc. And I'm not going to tell these guys to leave. Yeah. I'm going to hire somebody between me and Doc that I can just tell what moves to make, and he can tell me what moves he's going to make. And all of a sudden, when you have an objective perspective, when you come in from the outside, it's a lot easier to give the hard truths that need to be told.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper is always in the locker room. And look, when it comes from up high from a Jerry West, when he got paid $5 million a year to be a consultant, I was like, he is not consulting. This dude is in there to do some work, and he came in and he did it pretty fast.
Next question we have is from Adam. Is the name Jacoby as a first name cultural? Here on this show, we label things as cultural and not cultural. Doesn't need to be explained. Is Jacoby cultural as a first name?
Nah, B. That reminds me of the law firm, Jacoby
Myers. Jacoby Ellsbury?
No, not cultural.
Yeah.
Nah, B.
Native American?
Nah, bland. Nah. White bread, toast. Need some jelly. Need some syrup, some molasses.
Next
some
is from James. James wants to know who's the grossest teammate you ever had.
This is crazy. A lot of them are going to say me. I'm pretty nasty. And I self-admit it. Like, I sleep with a pea jar right next to me, like being real. I do. I got a real story for it, though. Don't act like I'm just...
Pea jar?
Yeah, I got a pea jar. Simple apple or simple orange juice, simple grapefruit.
That's not a jar.
It's huge. This started when I was my second year in San Diego. Jerome Bettis had an interview one time talking about how he couldn't get out of bed after playing the game, playing running back. And then one time it happened to me, just total body lock. And I had to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, hold on. I can't walk. I can't get out the bed. My body's locked up. And I got to go to the bathroom. So I had some orange juice. I'm single, so I drink out the damn jug.
Sure.
I had it next to me on the nightstand, grabbed it. Oh, interesting. So now I go to the bathroom a lot. I sweat a lot. I'm a guy that, my system works.
Sure.
So I had to do it 2 more times that night. Turns out, why do I have to wake up, go out into the bathroom, cold towel waking me up.
I'll tell you exactly why.
Instead of just rolling over.
I'll tell you exactly why.
I'm listening.
You have a lady?
She got that day one. She knew that day one. Day one when we were dating.
This is part of it. It's part of the vows.
Oh, yeah.
It was like in sickness and in health and pea jars. And my pea jar. Pea jar's coming with us. Put it in the vows.
She had to buy in.
The whole congregation's like, wait, what?
She bought in. Day one, she knew about it. She was like, that's disgusting. But she's still here. And in the car. I got to keep it in the car, too. Long traffic in L.A. A lot of traffic in L.A.
God.
It's 100 with
You're
me.
embarrassing yourself. Get the people they want. It's another day in the sports news cycle. So, again, we're talking about the anthem and the president and the flag and social injustice. The Steelers did not come out of the locker room last week, except Mr. Villanueva, who came out and stood there by himself. There's been a lot of tension, a lot of reported tension in the locker room between the Steelers about the different ways that they handle it. Ben Roethlisberger feels like they should have stood for the flag. Other people feel like maybe they shouldn't have. They tried to avoid everything by not even going out, but it seems like they caused more of a mess than they tried to avoid. How do you feel about how they handled it and what they should do?
Yeah, this is messed up for Mike Tomlin, who's the realest coach in the NFL right now, who really tried to handle it with solidarity and uniformity. He tried to say, look, we're a team, so we're going to do this exactly as a team. 100% or nothing. So they couldn't agree, obviously, on which stance to take. Were you going to protest? Were you going to stand? Were you going to kneel? Were you going to do something? So guys just stayed in the tunnel behind Villanueva, 20 feet behind, reportedly, where you saw him standing in front. What's unfortunate is every single locker room always has some form of tension.
Of course.
You got 53 guys from all over the world.
It's
all
not just sports either.
Yeah,
every workplace has tension.
Exactly. So this is nothing new, but it's focused narrowly on the protests and what President Trump said. They'll get over this. They have to get over this, but it's messed up because I love Mike Tomlin for saying, I'm not trying to make statements. I'm trying to make impact. And when I'm in a stadium, the impact is winning the game. When I'm out the stadium, it's the impact of changing my community, changing my lives, changing those around me. So it's a time and place for everything. I respect what he tried to do.
It's odd because sometimes your intentions and the results are in complete juxtaposition with each other.
Yeah.
His intention was, we're not going to go out there, so there's not going to get us pictures of us standing, some of us linking or locking arms. We will be unified. We're actually just going to remove ourselves from the entire situation and not come out of the tunnel.
Yep.
When I saw that on Sunday morning, I was like, oh, the Steelers are really about this protest.
You're right.
That's what it seemed like to me. That's how I read it. Mm-hmm. Didn't you read it that way? Like, oh, we're not even going to come out.
Yeah.
Like it seemed to me like they were going over the top of, we're not even going to kneel. We won't even be there. But then when you hear afterwards that the conversations they had, the meeting they had on Saturday about what they were going to do was more about, let's just be unified about this. Is there a part of you, and Villanueva has said since, that he sort of got okey-doked into going out by himself? Like he kind of felt like he tried to stay, but he went out there, but his team wasn't behind him, and it was accidental that he was there by himself.
Right.
I'm skeptical.
Well,
I don't know what's in his heart. I don't know what's in his heart or in his mind or what his intentions were.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem accidental that he was the only person that came out.
Well, I will give him this about his reports that he asked to go out and make sure he respected the anthem and respected the flag. And look, you did three terms in terms of duty overseas. I respect that too. You've been in the Army, go ahead. But the guys were right behind him. I think this is tough when you say there's so many different levels of expression. So many guys wanted to go out there and protest. Some guys wanted to go out there business as usual. And Mike Tomlin tried to do something that is impossible to do, which is say all of you guys act alike because you're all not going to think alike. And then in the moment, it all unfolded like you said. I saw Villanueva. I was like, that's interesting. Where the team at? And then I saw Mike Tomlin on the sideline by himself. That's interesting. He's there. Team not. And Villanueva was by himself. And then it started to just unfold, and the cookie started to crumble.
And then Villanueva started getting used as sort of this figurehead that he wasn't comfortable with, so he kind of came out with the statement being like, look, I wish I never did that.
Yep.
He's trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube a little bit.
And it was too late, yeah.
Well, the president weighed in. Let's listen to what hear what he had to say today.
Frankly, the only thing that's doing well in the NFL is the pregame, because everybody wants to see what's going on. The NFL is in a very bad box. You cannot have people disrespecting our national anthem, our flag, our country, and that's what they're doing. And in my opinion, the NFL has to change. Or you know what's going to happen? Their business is going to go to hell.
I think the NFL business is pretty safe. I think the NFL, money-wise, business-wise, I think they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. But the question is, here we are talking about the military, and here we are talking about the flag, which is the things that people are talking about, even President Trump. Is this conversation getting us too far away from the original social injustice, which was this beginning of this whole protest cycle?
I think our energy is shifting. I think people are getting a little short in terms of hearing these stories that are not football, not even a part of the drama and the story of football. So if these were situations with the players, guys would say, okay, some of the issues with guys, whether it's in their personal life or anything like that. But when it's just anthem, it's just that 1 minute or 2 minutes where we're all putting focus on, it becomes taxing. I think a lot of people's energy is shifted, but their love for the game is still strong. The attendance was better than ever last year, so President Trump has to get his facts straight.
The money's okay.
And the money's okay too. And look, television ratings are suppressed on many networks.
Just today, there was news that it's been down, and then there was news that it's been up, and I think it's going to be fine. But very quickly, Justin Timberlake is rumored to be performing at halftime at the Super Bowl. We all remember what happened last time. So here's my question: if Justin Timberlake can get back in the NFL fold, is Colin Kaepernick like? Come on now.
Right.
Like this dude can get a check from the NFL.
Right.
But I can't.
And Janet's in there like,
both Janet and Colin Kaepernick.
I'm the victim. Yeah. Like, you exposed me. It's interesting. I love me some Justin Timberlake. This doesn't move the needle for me. I guess because I heard it was going to be Justin Timberlake and Jay-Z at first, and then Jay-Z said, nah, I'll pass. Beyonce's like, look, I've done that a couple times, and the backlash last time, not worth it.
I would love to get a place where I have so much money that I can pass on performing at the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy? So
we'll get there. Well, big news coming on the back of yesterday's FBI charges levied down against college basketball. Rick Pitino is out as the head coach of the Louisville. The athletic director is out as well. When you heard about this bribery scandal, when you heard about all the different pieces, the AAU, the sneaker companies, the colleges, what was your first reaction?
I try not to be desensitized to this because this is a big deal. But we all know this kind of stuff happens all the time in collegiate sports, the transactions, the extra benefits, things of this nature. I was on a dinner 2-3 years ago, and a collegiate coach was actually at the dinner, says, "What's up?" to me. We're sitting there on the way to the bathroom talking. I said, "What you doing here?" "Got a recruiting visit." "Yeah? What are you talking about?" "Oh, he's top recruit in the country. He's talking 180. I was like, sounds like a decommitment, right? 180? And he's like, "No, that's the price, 180.
Wow.
And he said it so matter of fact. I'm sitting there like, okay, enjoy your salad. Like, that's just how it goes. And look, when you're a blue chipper, when you're a guy that's going to make the program millions, obviously they're going to offer you some of the crumbs, and that's what the situation sounds like to me.
It certainly seems like that. Now, it feels like we all knew this was happening. And at some point when the FBI investigates, they went undercover, they uncovered some of it. Doesn't it feel like we're just seeing the very tip of the corruption iceberg? Doesn't it seem like there are dozens, if not hundreds of coaches that are doing something similar, but only 2 or 3 of them got caught by this one sting investigation?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the trip that you take with your boys. You're all single, supposedly. And then you come back, one of you guys got caught up, and the girl's like, "Hey, I saw some pictures, heard some stuff." Now, everybody was doing something, but you got caught. Now, you're feeling like, damn it, everybody did it, but you can't rat on everyone. A lot of college coaches are sitting there like, I got to make sure my interactions are clean because they were wiretapped. So they went in there, the feds went in there on the way with subpoenas and wiretaps. The NCAA could never do it. So this is a lot bigger, and I think more names are going to roll before this is over.
Are you surprised by the involvement of the major sneaker brands?
No, not at all. I mean, if you think about it, the end game is the NBA contract, but what supersedes that? What is actually in greater value than the NBA contract? It's these sneaker deals that some of these guys get. LeBron James on a rookie contract making $99 million from Nike day one. Like, come on, y'all. You always follow the money. Like, we hear the cliche, we kind of duck away from it. Now, follow the money. So I'm not indicting anyone, but certainly I'm not surprised when I hear that they're corrupt.
Nope. Do you think paying college athletes would help this in any way?
Oh, absolutely. It would change the culture. It would take down some of these institutions and the vultures that are looking to prey on these athletes who have $8 in their pocket, and then someone over dinner offers you $180,000. Guess what you're going to do? You're not going to resist that temptation. So I can see why guys are caught up in the system like this. They need to change it to make the guys at least feel like, all right, I'm pacified until I make it to the big leagues, till I get to the NBA or NFL.
See, I think the college athletes should be paid. Clearly, I think that. But I also think that it's a difficult thing to institute because if you give them a stipend, $40,000 or whatever, you can't do salaries, like professionals. You can't, you can't have the best player make more than the worst player. So it's all going to be pretty even, and the numbers are going to be pretty low. So if you can still get a 6-figure duffel bag dropped off at the home, or you can have these other workaround things, I still feel like paying players will not stop this, but it will help this at least.
Well, the cliche is perfect is the enemy of the good. So guess what? We know we're never going to have a perfect system, but still, let's do something better than this. I would love it if you could just give every athlete an annuity. So when you graduate, maybe age 25, you can start to withdraw from their annuity. Because a lot of guys play, let's be real, the third string fullback is not getting $1 from the pro level.
You're not thinking about the LeBron Jameses of the world. You're thinking about those guys that play 2 years and don't really make it out of the league.
And help that institution make those millions of dollars and pay that coach $5 million per year. And he gets nothing but here's your diploma if he graduates, and then go into the real world and you play college football, which was your priority. So I'm just saying, let those guys have a softer landing. And the big guys, look, some of them are going to always be corrupt because no matter how much you pay them, someone's going to pay them more. The shoe contracts, the NBA, the agents, everybody is sitting there saying more over here. We get that. But take care of the median guy, the average guy, the guy who's just not going to make it to the next level.
So U.S. Attorney June Kim was at the podium. He had that big chart. We all saw the chart. I love the chart. You always need like a visual prop.
Oh, yeah.
He had a good producer. Smart. He had a good producer. Like, look at this chart. In case what I'm not telling you isn't clear. Yep. Look at these green and blue arrows telling you about the cycle of money. Yeah. And he was there in front of the chart, and he was explaining, levying down this very serious charges about this deep corruption in one of the institutions of our nation. Let's just listen to how he kind of put a bow on it.
For the defendants charged today, The madness of college basketball went well beyond the big dance in March.
Okay, June Kim. Soft move or boss move? Levying down huge charges with a pun joke.
Ah, that's a soft move.
It's a soft move. Come on, June Kim. You're ruining lives over here.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You're supposed to be serious, man.
Know the gravity of the moment.
You have wiretaps, people going undercover, pretending to be other people.
People getting arrested.
This is serious business, man. You can't make pun jokes. The madness
person.
went well beyond the big dance in March. Like, leave the flowery language to us, okay, June Kim? You're the lawyer in the room.
Yeah.
Don't try to get cute with us.
You sound very insensitive. Like, you don't understand what you're really doing to, like you said, lives, institutions. A lot of people involved with this. A lot of people, not victims, but certainly going to feel the pain and the wrath. So I knew this was going to happen, too, because it happened with O.J. in his parole hearing. Guys showing up, and O.J.'s there, and they got jerseys on, and they're sitting there cracking jokes. I was like, this is a parole hearing. Should the guy be a citizen or not?
This isn't a meet and greet.
Yeah, it's insane. So, I mean, look, celebrity, what did Jay-Z say? Like, with the paparazzi and Hollywood, it's a drug. Fame is a drug. And people, when they get a moment of that fame and attention, you can see how they act, man.
Kim, shout out to him.
Shout out.
LeBron James had something to say about his new teammate and his old teammate, Dwayne Wade.
It's like, it's kind of like when you start school and, you walk into the classroom, you're not quite sure who your classmates is, and when you walk in there, one of your best friends is in there, you're like, oh, yeah, this is going to be fun.
First of all, LeBron James, I always cross-reference with my best friends to make sure if they're in my class or not. So I know ahead of time.
Right,
all right,
right.
LeBron? Don't act like you didn't compare schedules with your best friends. We all did this.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, we all did this. You're never surprised by it. All right, LeBron? And you know that, too.
Yeah.
Second of all, did the Cavs just sign Dwayne Wade to keep LeBron happy?
Ah, that's a great conversation there. I would say yes. Obviously, when you fire a GM, then you are not making LeBron happy. When Kyrie kind of sideswipes him and say, I want to do what you do to other people, which is leave on my terms, Kyrie Irving style, that doesn't make LeBron happy. But this will make him happy, appease him for the moment. In his run towards the championship, veterans win in the NBA. A lot of people always talk about the youngsters. Those veterans, when they get in collaboration, have a better chance. So we'll see.
I love the Cavs roster this year. The Cavs are deep. When I saw that picture of the training camp LeBron had, I was just like, oh, yeah, they still have Channing Frye.
Yep.
And they got Derrick Rose.
Oh, yeah,
they still have Kyle Korver.
Yep.
None of those people even start.
Yep.
And now they got Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
They've got a deep team.
Isaiah Thomas, it's all on his hip. It's all on that hip if that hip comes back right.
We'll see.
Yep.
Real quick, the Warriors reached out to Dwayne Wade.
What'd they say? How you doing, old man?
They were like, do you want to play? He was like, nope. They're like, okay.
right.
It's a game we have called Keep It Moving. Not everything is worth talking about.
Okay, that's
so
real.
If it is worth talking about, you say hit the brakes, and we'll discuss it. If it's not, we just keep it moving with Method Man.
Okay.
First topic.
Charlotte.
Hawks players reportedly had a celebration when they heard Dwight had been traded. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Keep it moving. You said Hawks and Dwight. Peace.
Ric Flair says that 10,000 women have taken a ride on Space Mountain. You know what that means. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes, baby. We got to talk about this.
Ric Flair said he had slept with 10,000 women. Just like Wilt Chamberlain. And now we have adult film star Ron Jeremy. He's very skeptical about Ric Flair's numbers and his stats.
Yeah. Look, why no one ever did 11,000 or 9,000?
Yeah, it's a nice round number.
10.
It's a nice round number. It's also when you do the math, it's almost impossible.
Right.
And I think it's cool if someone else says it on your behalf.
Right.
Like if someone else is like Ric Flair.
Yeah,
like, he slept with 10,000 women.
Yeah.
But when you do it yourself,
yeah, I don't buy it. The math of it, like you said, I mean, that's 3 sums every day for like 10 years.
No.
Boy, stop.
No.
Boy, stop.
Ben Roethlisberger is blaming himself for the Steelers' loss. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Keep it moving. Stop it. We don't want to hear that.
We got some more details on the woman involved in the Kevin Hart extortion sex tape scandal.
Hit the brakes. I don't care what you got to say. Let's go here.
Oh, God. She said, quote, I did not know he was married, but I found out later. I was a little upset, confused about it, because the way he was acting, it didn't seem like he was married.
Oh, no, you didn't. Look.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a smartphone.
Yeah.
You can Google Kevin Hart. The first thing that comes up is Wikipedia page says he's married.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's married. He's been married.
Yeah.
He's a married man. I do not believe this statement.
I actually can believe her statement. I understand we want to indict her for a lot of other things, but this statement,
and him, he's not free either.
They saw surveillance video of him in the club, and that wasn't married man behavior in public. Even if you're married and you're gonna get your thing going, that ain't how you act in public, married man.
You can't be on the low because you're a gigantic human being.
Right.
Kevin Hart can't be on the low because he's a tiny little human being. That also works as well. He's also very noticeable because he is very short in stature. I don't believe anything about any of this.
Well, I had a friend in my gym class 2 days ago came up to me.
Whenever anyone says I had a friend, it's definitely them, but continue.
It was she came to me and said, I didn't know you were married. She said it's 2 days ago. I've been going to that gym class for a year. Maybe my behavior is Kevin Hartish. I don't know. But the point of it is she came to me.
Do you take your wedding ring off when you work out?
Oh, all the time. Even when I go out. No, even with my wife. Let me stop.
Even when you go out. You know, this is a microphone here. They've got cameras all over the studio. What are you doing?
My wife loves
She's asleep.
me.
Your wife's asleep by the time the show comes on. That's what it is. Yeah, she's asleep. She got kids. She's taking care of Marcellus Jr. all day. You know she'll be asleep by the time this airs.
She took me with a pea jar, dog. She ain't tripping on anything I say. It's all good.
Next, Lou Holtz has... let's keep it moving.
Yeah, I'm assistant.
Khloe Kardashian is reportedly pregnant. Keep it moving or hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes.
Okay.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Kylie Jenner is reportedly pregnant with Travis Scott.
Straight up. Yep.
And now, Khloe Kardashian is reportedly pregnant with Tristan Thompson's child.
Yeah, I got to go on my rant. I got to give the Kardashians more respect than I think that people put on their name. First of all, they have the most talent in the world, which is to do yourself. The talent that they have exhibited to make money is the best talent in the world, which is just do nothing but you, and you get paid for that. We're all trying to get as close as we can to that place. Let's be real. And two, let's stop with this Kardashian curse because James Harden balled out, Lamar Odom balled out. So guess what? Tristan Thompson, I don't know what happened to you in the finals, but don't blame it on the Kardashian curse because they are not the problem. Is that dropping the mic? No.
Lamar Odom.
Oh, wait.
Out?
That was the Dallas trade made him go a little different. But when he was here, 6th man of the year, married to Kourtney Kardashian. Give us up. Give me some of that. Give me some of that.
I think we have different definitions of balled out. Let's just say that. What he was up to in Nevada could be considered balled out.
Ain't balled out. Crazy.
On the heels of the news that Adidas is number 2, Nike announces that net income has dropped 24% this quarter. Keep moving or hit the brakes? Let's keep it moving. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Respect, baby.
Marcellus.
I like this.
You can catch Marcellus